The most common mistake backpackers make when packing food? Bringing too much. I've done it, everyone I've hiked with has done it, but one trip really drove it home and it completely changed the way I plan for food on my hikes. Maybe you've heard this advice about estimating how much food to bring backpacking. Figure out how many calories you'll burn and pack enough food to replace them. Sounds logical, right? Except that advice is wrong, at least for me. And I'll show you why and what question you should be asking instead. Let me take you back to my first big backpacking trip, a 30+ mile route over strenuous terrain. There were 3 of us and none of us really knew what we were doing. We made plenty of rookie mistakes, but one of the biggest was packing way too much food. Before that trip, I asked the same question everyone asks. How many calories am I going to burn? So I packed enough food to replace every single one of those calories. By the end of the trip, all 3 of us came home with piles of uneaten food. It was obvious we had carried way more than we needed. Here's what I didn't consider. There's only so much food you can eat in a day. Once you hit that limit, it doesn't matter how many calories you've burned. You just don't want to eat more. If you're not hungry, your body's telling you something. So the real question isn't how many calories will I burn? It's how much food can I reasonably eat? On a long or strenuous hike, you'll almost always burn more calories than you can replace. My fitness tracker has shown days over 5,000 calories and sometimes close to 6. There's no way I can eat that much on the trail. In fact, after a long day, my appetite actually drops. And it turns out that's completely normal. Exercise temporarily lowers a hunger hormone called ghrelin and increases another called peptide YY, which helps you feel full. That effect is even stronger after tough hikes or hikes in hot weather. So it's not unusual to have very little appetite in camp. But even if you're not hungry, it's still good to eat at least a small snack, something with carbs and protein to start replenishing your energy stores and help your body begin recovery. And this underscores the importance of bringing the right amount of food on a backpacking trip. Not too much and not too little. Now you might be wondering, okay, how much food should I actually bring? What worked for me was tracking what I actually ate on a few trips. After a while, I noticed I averaged about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of food per day, give or take a little depending on the terrain, the weather, and the types of food I bring. That's become my personal baseline, and I adjust slightly from there for each trip. You'll find your own sweet spot, but this method keeps me from carrying a bunch of food I'll never eat. It takes some trial and error, but once you figure out your daily food rhythm, your pack gets lighter, your energy feels more balanced, and your trips just get better. On my last trip, I came home with only a granola bar, a chicken pouch, and a single tortilla left over. I didn't run out of food, and I didn't carry too much. That's the perfect balance. Back home though, I was constantly eating for days. My body was making up the difference, which is important to remember on long distance hikes lasting weeks or months. You will eventually have to replenish what's lost on the trail. Hopefully you found this helpful. Remember, it's not about matching calories burned, it's about packing what you can actually eat. What do you think? Have you noticed the same thing on the trail? Or do you have a different approach to packing food? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below. If you found this helpful, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.